Oh, hey, Wonder World. How the fuck are you guys? Happy motherfucking Tuesday. How we doing today, guys? I am not at home, as you can see. I am actually in Washington, D.C., right? Waking up in D.C. today. And in a nice, beautiful hotel room over the Potomac, hanging out at the wharf, doing all the things. But guys, I just got done filming the blocks. I judged this season. I judged season 18. It won't be live until next year, but I've been on camera for like the last 6 days straight, doing 14 and 15, 16-hour days, cranking out all of the content over there in Tulsa. With another 100 amazing contestants for the block. Say hey when you're popping on today, guys. Say hey, just say hey in the comments. Let's get this party started. Hi Amanda, I miss you too. I miss you too. Hi Tina. Hi Nicole. Hi Allie. Hi Allie. I know that Allie just applied for the blocks like a badass. Hi Adam. Okay, guys. Hi Lisa. I miss your face too. Hi Alicia. Okay, guys, so you're not gonna get the normal fire hose to the face today because bitches, I'm tired. Like, I'm tired. I'm worn the fuck out. I'll give you a little bit of the behind the scenes, and then we're gonna get into today's 100 wonderful ways to get more and better clients, which we are going to be focusing on number 9. If you don't have the 100 wonderful ways to get more and better clients, if you just go to nonstopnotifications.com and opt in, you'll get all of my client attraction strategies, and no, you don't have to do all of them to get clients. You get to pick and choose which ones feel energetically aligned to you, so that you can take action, start closing clients now, right? So I'm tired today, guys. Like, it's been a long week, and I'm in between conferences, so I have client calls all day today, and then tomorrow I have a little bit of a rest, about a half day of client calls, and then I am diving into a conference, Rise of the Titans. I am here to do an SEO conference, and I get to speak at a mastermind with a bunch of kick-ass SEO agency owners, hosted by Michael and Tracy Rayburn. They picked me up from the airport last night, and are hosting me in this gorgeous hotel. So having fun doing all of the things, but I am tired. I am tired. Okay, all right, guys. So number 9, one of the ways that I think it's really great to get clients, is to read. I think reading is good, right? Reading is good. We should read. Okay. But something that you guys can be doing, on your social media platforms is that you can just go into any bookstore. This is a book that I picked up, that was recommended by someone on Alex Hormozy's team, when I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago, doing their mastermind. They recommended that I pick up this book, Contagious. It's really about creating a motherfucking movement, which is something that I love to do, something that I'm good at in a lot of different ways. And of course, we are always trying to get better and strap on that beginner mindset. So this book is just called Contagious, but really you can pick up any book. Okay, it doesn't matter what the fuck it is. You can pick up any book, and quite honestly, it doesn't even have to be that relevant to your industry. If you can find the correlation, that is good enough. Right. That is motherfucking good enough. So find the correlation to your industry and read said book. Right. So I've been reading this on planes and doing all the things. But you just want to read any book, okay? And see how it ties to your industry, and you just want to talk about it in the context of having an aha moment. Okay, and one of the best ways to do this is using Content that Crushes. If you don't know what Content that Crushes is, that is the content strategy that I used on my personal page to close 10 high ticket clients in my first 6 weeks, because that book is really based around transformational stories, right? When we're telling a transformational story, transformation in itself is attractive as fuck, but also this is something that is so interesting and so captivating for your audience because you are leveraging authority. Okay. That is one of the best things that you can be doing with these books. Yeah, Adam. I can tie the Hobbit into nonstop, right? Make it fun, right? Romance novels, done and done. Okay, so you want to be, hi Jenna. You want to be able to tie in one concept from the book that you just read into an aha moment that you've had that is somewhat industry relevant. Okay. Are we following along? Right. And so then when we plug that into the Content That Crushes formula, if you don't have Content That Crushes yet, just drop a unicorn in the comments and we'll get you hooked up with that content strategy. And when you use Content That Crushes, you get to post in this group of 30,000 people, 30,000 motherfucking people, and you get to promote your offers. And it's a one-time thing. It's $7 one time, total fucking no-brainer, right? So you can go and use Content That Crushes to post about this aha moment and create those 5 algorithm hacking pieces of content. Now, something that is amazing about this is, one, this keeps your content really fucking fresh. Okay. Like, have you guys seen those people that just constantly post the same shit over and over and over and over and over again? How do you feel about those people? You know, sometimes you get like those notifications on your feed where it's like, Becky posted in this group, this group, this group, this group, and this group. And then there's 22 posts from Becky that are all going spam flyer style out into Facebook groups. And then you see her do the same exact post next week. Okay, you guys, this shit doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work. You need to stop doing that. Flyer style posting is fucking dumb. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay, but if you're reading a book, right, then you're gonna have lots of different aha moments. And so in a book that has, let's see, this has about 250 pages. In about 250 pages, it is fucking guaranteed that there is going to be at least 5 aha moments in here. So if you have 5 aha moments that you can break into 5 pieces of content, that is 25 pieces of fucking content if you use Content That Crushes for this. Okay. And so that is a really easy way to take a book and maximize the return on investment. Okay. Because we're reading this book, and I mean, 250 pages, read that in a fucking flight, right? No big deal. Okay. So you read it maybe in 90 minutes, whatever the fuck it is for you. And then that becomes fucking like so many different fucking pieces of content. And one of the things that's great in doing this is that you're building authority by leveraging somebody else's authority. Like, for example, this book is written by, it's a New York Times bestseller. Okay. It's written by Jonah Berger. See, and he's a professor and has spent the last decade answering this question: what makes things so popular? Okay, so this is obviously going to apply to all sorts of different scenarios in my life as a client attraction coach, as someone who's doing marketing every fucking day. This is going to apply. I'm going to learn shit for myself, but I can also leverage the authority that this guy fucking has, right? He's also the author of Invisible Influence, and he's a marketing professor at Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. Okay, so I can leverage his authority by talking about his book. Okay, and this helps people to really create that context. You know how they say that? It's one of the things that annoys me. It fucking drives me nuts, right? But people, I'll say something, and people like, where did you learn that? Like, why couldn't I have just made it up? Right? Why do I need some fucking guy and that wrote a book to leverage that authority? But for whatever reason, we all believe that books are the ultimate authority, even though anyone can write them. Right? Okay. It's kind of an interesting fact. But one of the reasons why this is true is because of the Bible. Okay. So because religion has a context where all the religions have a book, right? And so we believe that books are gospel. We believe that authors have authority. It's literally in the word, author authority, right? So if you are not an author yet, you can become one. Of course, there's plenty of people in this group that can help you to do that. But on your way up to, well, and even after you become an author, leveraging other people's books is a great way for you to build authority and for you to display that authority to your industry so that people believe that you know what the fuck you're talking about, right? So I read slow but write fast. I read really, really fast. I'm a very fast reader, and I think social media has made me even faster. It's kind of crazy. So guys, like, this is a really easy strategy for client attraction. And so if you're ever having that feeling where you're like, I don't know what to post today, I don't know what the fuck I should say today, I don't know what my fucking audience needs to hear from me, you want to just go pick up a book. And it doesn't matter which one, pick up a book and read that book. And honestly, you don't even have to read the whole thing. Okay, we could just go into this book and we could just scroll into one of these random ass fucking pages, and we could read a paragraph or two, have an aha moment, and then turn it into a post. So I thought that we would do a little action taking exercise today because action takers get results, right? So I thought we could do a little action taking exercise today. So I'm going to randomly, no, I have not pre-selected. Okay, okay, randomly. We're gonna go through here and I'm gonna pick a random excerpt and then I want you guys to make this relevant for your industry. You guys up for a little bit of a challenge? Yeah, because challenges are motherfucking opportunities. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. Um, this sounds interesting. Let's start here. Why Cheerios get more word of mouth than Disney World? Okay. So why Cheerios? I'm gonna read your story. You guys ready for your bedtime story? Why Cheerios get more word of mouth than Disney World? All right, so to return to the example that started the chapter, triggers help explain why Cheerios get more word of mouth than Disney World. True, Disney World is interesting and exciting. To use the language of other chapters in the book, it has a high social currency and evokes lots of emotion. But the problem is that people don't think about it frequently. Most people don't go to Disney World unless they have kids. Even those who do go don't go that often, once a year, if that. And there are a few triggers to remind them about the experience after the initial excitement evaporates. But hundreds of thousands of people eat Cheerios for breakfast every day. Still more see the bright orange boxes every time. I thought Cheerios are yellow. Don't you think Cheerios are yellow? Is that like a Mandela effect? Um, Still more see bright orange boxes every time they push their shopping carts down the supermarket cereal aisle. And these triggers make Cheerios more accessible, increasing the chance that people will talk about the product. The number of times Cheerios and Disney are mentioned on Twitter illustrates this nicely. Cheerios are mentioned more frequently than Disney World, but examine the data closely and you will notice a neat pattern. Okay, so I'm going to show you the diagram that they have. Can you see it? Okay, so there's their little diagram, right? Okay. Um, mentions of Cheerios spike every day at approximately the same time. The references occur at 5 a.m. They peak between 7:30 a.m. and 8 a.m. and they diminish around 11 a.m. The sharp increase and corresponding decline align precisely with the traditional time for, wait for it, fucking breakfast, right? The pattern even shifts slightly on the weekends when people eat breakfast later. Triggers drive talking. Triggers are the foundation of word of mouth and contagiousness. To use this analogy, think of most rock bands. Social currency is the front man or woman. It's exciting and fun and gets lots of attention. Triggers could be a drummer or bassist. It's not as sexy as the concept of social currency, but it's an important workhorse that gets the job done. People may not pay as much attention to it, but it lays the groundwork that drives success. The more something is triggered, the more it will be top of mind and the more successful it will become. So we need to we're going to stop there. Okay. So what does that mean for you? Okay, we're talking about this specifically of saying how Cheerios gets more word of mouth than Disney World, right? So this is a fact. This is something that you can say, right? There's data, there's a little graph, there's data that supports this, okay? So we're saying Cheerios get more word of mouth than Disney World, right? And so when we say that, we can go into something about our industry that is relevant, that has to do something with triggers and frequency, mentions, those kinds of things. So can we all do a little bit of an exercise, right? Can we do a little bit of an exercise right now? How can you tether this specifically to your industry? What was your aha moment? Let's start there. What's that thing in your head where you're like, oh yeah, duh, that definitely makes sense. What was that thing for you when I read you your little bedtime story? Let's put it in the chat. Looks like Honey Nut Cheerios are orange. Yeah, okay. I can get down with that, right? Honey Nut Cheerios are orange. Relationships are like Cheerios, not Disney. Disney is fun and exciting, but only happens once a year. And Cheerios you eat for breakfast. That's so good, Jenna, right? Like, I mean, that's exactly the concept. Can you think of a time can you think of a time that's relevant? Can you have like a little bit of that aha moment piece that ties and correlates that you could use a content that crushes about this, Jenna, right? Like what would the content that crushes be? Like start like letting that form. Like what would you do for your live? Like what would be the long post in this? Like kind of think through those pieces. Like how can you make this relevant for your industry? Lori, things you do every day get more mentions, even if they are the same, right? Even if they're the same or not very notable. We only go to Disney World once in a fucking blue moon. By the way, guys, Liz is at Disneyland right now. Can't make this shit up, okay? Can't make this shit up. The synchronies, the synchronicities are fucking wild, okay? What else we got, guys? Let's see. Jenny, people get so many aha moments about writing and editing from my book, just saying. Shameless plug. Nicole, I can totally see this, but kind of opposite in my industry. It's super common for women to think about infidelity, triggers, Cheerios, but rarely to think about the healthy, good parts of their relationship. Disney. Oh, that's so good, Nicole. That's a really good correlation. Hi, Geneva. The habits you build, Cheerios, are more important than the huge training that you attend. Disneyland. Yes, so clutch. Ashley, for social media, knowing the when is just as important as the what. My content might be Cheerios, but I get to pay attention to when I should serve up that audience. Analytics for the motherfucking win. Excellent, Ash. Sam, people see Cheerios as a diet where it's bland and boring and good for your heart because they do get results. Disney is fun and freeing, and you can see that you can still see Disney as a diet, and that should be fun too. Sam's at Disney World. I hope you're having a fantastic time, Sam. Cheerios are habitual and aligned with time of day. I can make that into an allegory for intuition. Good. Alicia, people think about their beauty routine every day in the bathroom mirror, but rarely ever think about the ingredients of those products they're slathering on. Let's see. Jenny, lots of biz books have call outs with key points. Taruni, the more content I post, the more people are going to connect to me. Yes. Adam, many authors rely on inspiration to write their books, but it doesn't happen every day unless you set the intention to be inspired every day. Very good, very good. Okay, so we can see how all of these things are correlating, right? So we literally read like a page, like one page, okay? We read one page of this book, and we've already created the basis to go over to our own social media onto our own platform and use a content that crushes. Okay. So can you see how this helps you to build authority and how your audience starts to see you a little bit differently? Maybe in that long post or on the live, you could say like, hey, I read this book by Jonah Berger. Okay. And he's a professor, he's a marketing professor that's really talking all about why things catch on. And I read this really interesting fact, right? Is that actually Cheerio has more word of mouth than Disney. And then we can correlate to that to our story. So by reading this, we get the concept in our head, right? But then by mentioning this author, we create credibility and authority within our audience and help ourselves to become that industry leader. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Right? It's so easy. And then we can turn it into those 5 pieces of content for the whole week. And so now we have our personal page strategy dialed in. So fucking easy. Content creation gets to be really fucking easy, guys, when we don't overthink it, when we don't try to make it really fucking hard, and we don't get it up in our heads going fucking nuts with all of these different things. We can just use content that crushes to take any one singular aha moment, tether it to our exact industry, and then we can create that content that calls people in, right? Helps people to see you as a massive motherfucking authority inside of your industry. Okay. So we get to make it easy. So for the sake of implementation, right? Who here is going to be able to go and practice this? Are you going to go pick up a book this week? You're going to go you're going to take action, right? Because action takers get results, right? So can we pick up a book this week and use this exact strategy to create content that crushes on our personal pages so that we can boost our authority, right? Okay, so easy. It's so simple. It's so simple, right? We don't have to make this shit hard. Now, let me take this one step further for you, okay? Inside of Money Making Unicorns, which is my it's my monthly membership, right? And it's all strategy based. It's all like hardline strategies that are going to help you to make more money, as the name implies, because you are a money making unicorn, right? Okay. So inside of Money Making Unicorns, I'm going to be popping over there just in a couple minutes here. And we're going to be breaking down this strategy, and I'm going to show you how you can take it to the next level. Okay. Because this is just level one. We're going to pick up our book and we're going to go create content with it. Right. And then we're going to use that content to go get more and better clients, which of course can make you money. But there's actually a different way and a different strategy that you can use after you read these books to be able to make even more money and unlock another revenue stream. Can anybody guess what it is? Can anybody guess what that strategy is? You guys got any fucking ideas for this, right? Okay, let me know. Let me know if you can guess what that is. But inside of Money Making Unicorns, we're going to break all of those pieces down today. So I can show you another way to be able to easily make money online and prove to yourself that you can make money every single day, right? Being able to make money every single day is that mental shift. It's that like alignment piece where you're like, oh, this gets to be so motherfucking easy, and it doesn't have to be hard. We tell ourselves all sorts of silly little stories all the time, telling ourselves, oh, it's hard and I can't get clients and I can't make money, blah, blah, blah. And none of that is actually true. It's actually that it's never been easier to make money because we have this thing right now called social media. And social media is free. It's free for you to engage with an audience. It's free for you to build an audience full of people who know, like, and trust you. It's free to do it on multiple platforms in multiple different ways, in different ways that energetically align for you. Maybe you love doing lives. Maybe you love long posts. Maybe you really love connecting in the comments. There's so many different ways to be able to use this platform to develop a monetized audience. And that monetized audience can lead you to massive motherfucking success, right? Because when lots of people know, like, and trust you, it's easy to make offers, and especially when you have authority within your industry. So I want to see you guys picking up the books this week, and every week, right? Try and read one book a month. Like, that's it, right? Like, just what if you just read one book a month and then you were always using these different analogies, you were borrowing other people's fucking authority, and you were really helping your content to get that depth to it. So it's not just you saying the same shit all the time. What's really great about reading books like this is that you can leverage other people's analogies and other people's experiences, which keeps your content interesting and it keeps it fun. And honestly, it helps you to keep learning. And the more you keep learning, the more you're in transformational energy. And remember what I said at the beginning, right? Transformational energy is attractive as fuck. Yeah. Okay. So I as promised, we can talk a little bit. I did my 100 wonderful ways, and now we can talk a little bit about the behind the scenes from the blocks. So what questions do you guys have for me today? What are your questions? I know you have some, so start putting them in the chat, okay? All right. So yeah, I spent the last week judging at the blocks. I was a contestant in season 12. And so in season 12, my season just went live and has been fully released now. So I can give you all of the spoilers from my season when I competed. I can't give you any of the spoilers from season 18. You'll have to wait till it comes out, but I can give you behind the scenes insights into those pieces. But in season 12, my business was named Most Valuable, which was really fucking cool, right? And I spent, a big week there filming and doing all the things in Tulsa, but it was a completely different experience to get to go to the blocks and be there as a judge. And just so you have like a little bit of context, right? In that space, being a judge, is so much better. Like, it was so much better. I mean, I guess maybe it wouldn't be better for everybody, but it was so much better for me because it was so much more comfortable. Being able to just sit up there and help people and like, be in the space of like, using what I do best, which is, answer your goddamn questions, right? And I got so many questions this week. It was nuts. Taruni, how are you? Yeah, thanks for asking. I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. Like, I mean, these were really, really long hours. It was really, really late at night. it was like, me, I'm like in bed by 7:30, like curled up with the cats. That was not how this went. Like, I mean, the last night at the wrap party, I was out till like 2:30 in the morning. Oh my God, it was awful. And people were still up running around, right? So I'm still kind of like working through that. And then also, just bouncing flights to a different city. I'm obviously not home. I'm getting ready to speak at another conference. So I'm tired, Sereni. I'm tired. You guys have me in rare form today because my energy levels are never this low. Like I'm literally like a 2. Like I'm like, oh my God, so exhausted. But it's good. It's like the feeling of like working out really hard and then being really sore the next day. And you're like, okay, it's working. Like that's definitely how I feel. Um, Okay, Ash, how was this experience as a judge being different than coaching inside of Wonderworld? How is it the same? Oh, that's a great question, Ash. Okay, so um, at the blocks, I'm using Wes's curriculum, right? So it's not our curriculum. It's not Wonderworld stuff. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not bringing Wonderworld experience into his curriculum and answering questions from my perspective. He's very encouraging of that. He's not like trying to make you into like a little West robot where you just repeat things. He's really great about respecting everybody's backgrounds. And that's why he brings different judges in, is because he wants different people to have different opinions and to help all of the entrepreneurs in the room. So training somebody else's curriculum is totally different than training your own. And really being able to do that from a place of respect and respecting everything that he's built, respecting his formats and how he does things. This is something that, of course, when, I have people come into my world, like I want them to act accordingly. So was very, very mindful to follow his rules, which Ash, not much of a rule follower. But he did let me come into his home and I treated it that way, right? Whereas to come in and say, okay, this is how Wes does things and this is how I do things, which are, there's differences there, but I can completely respect that and uphold Wes's curriculum at Wes's event, right? And so I did those things. Like I went to every class, and I paid attention and I took notes and I like made sure that I was, creating the curriculum that I was going to teach in the pods based on what Wes had taught, not just, using my own experience. I really wanted to tie those things together. But Ash, one of the biggest differences is that when I'm in Wes's world coaching his clients, I get to be the good guy. With you guys, a lot of the times I have to be the bad guy, right? Like a lot of times I have to tell you shit you do not want to fucking hear, like literally at all. Even though you paid me to tell you the truth, you don't want to hear it. And so I have to tell you hard truths and, I have to be very much in that integrity space with that. But with Wes's people, I got to just be the good guy and like everybody loved me. It was so bizarre because I'm so used to you guys getting all fucking ruffled and getting mad and like talking shit, I'm so used to that. Like, I mean, I get it. I'm direct. I am too aggressive, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm so used to people like throwing fucking temper tantrums when I tell them the truth that they paid for. I'm so used to people kind of vilifying me and making me the bad guy. And it's like, well, fucking Nicole, blah, right? I'm so used to people talking shit. And I didn't have to do that, like I really got to just be, I got to be like the fairy godmother, right? It's like I get to come in and just tell people that answer the questions that they had, right? And so like because it's not working with somebody long term, you don't have to do all of those deeper level of things, right? You're only going to get so deep in a 15-minute consult. And so I can just answer their questions and so they feel like, oh my God, I like she's given me so much in such a short amount of time, because there's no follow-up sequence to that. Like, and I mean, that's the serve and the limit of all of these things is like, yeah, it's so cool to go to these events and you learn so much and it's like a fire hose to the fucking face of information. But long-term coaching is what gets the job done, right? Like going to a fucking 5-day event is going to change your life in one way, but it's not going to change the landscape of your business because you're not going to implement, right? You're not going to implement all of the things that you learned, and you're not going to have that long-term coaching where somebody is telling you the truth every day, even though you don't want to hear it, right? It doesn't have that long-term relationship piece. And so, in that space, like people get what they want, and they don't have to listen to the parts that they need. And that serves in one way and limits in another. It made it very fun for me. And, everybody was really, really nice. Like I only had one person I only heard of, I'm sure there were more, but I only heard of one person out of fucking 100 talking shit about me, which Ash, I think is a pretty good win. And you know what they said? I thought this was very, very fucking interesting. So the thing that they were talking shit about was they said that Nicole bitch feels like she has to be the smartest one in the room. Like, bitch, it's my pod. Like, I am supposed to be the smartest person in the room. Like, you're literally making fucking 10 times the fucking amount of money that you're making. Like, I mean, I'm the smartest thing in everything, but in the subject that I'm teaching, yes, I would say that I probably know more about copywriting than everybody in my fucking pod that day. Like, yes, I am. Thank you. So that was the best worst compliment, right? Like, kind of go with the thing. Let's see. How is the bone broth was good, Amanda. Like it was good. I really, really like it. And I think we should just have it all the time. And in response to the food, Sam, it got better because Amanda sent me snacks. Like that it supplemented all of my food, right? How many visits showed up and you'll remember forever. I mean, I amazing connections, amazing connections. I mean, there was just like I mean, probably 30 people that like really like I will remember for forever. It was so fucking impactful. Right, Nicole, we're kind of pains in the asses, sorry. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna jump over to Money Making Unicorns. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the blocks, more behind the scenes. So those of you who are in there who can follow me, but also we're gonna talk about how we can take books like this and turn it into a monetization strategy that's not just content that crushes, but a specific monetization strategy. So if you are in Money Making Unicorns, get your ass over there. We will be right there shortly. If you're not in Money Making Unicorns yet, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Drop me a unicorn. We'll send you the link and you can get into my monthly membership where we talk strategy and give you lots of different ways to make more fucking money because you are limitless. All right, guys, get out there, do all of the wonderful things. And of course, we will see you back here next week at I'm in the wrong time zone at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every motherfucking Tuesday. So see you next Tuesday. Oh, they changed the Zoom and I don't know how to fucking end it. I got this update over here. Let's see. Stop live stream. Okay. Bye. That's a Wesism.